What is Gucci within the coochie, my friends? Overman back again. And if you want to know the answer to that question, it is undoubtedly that Activision cock deep within the coochie of the big Call of Duty YouTubers this time of year, but I digress. Today, we will answer the age-old question. Is this year's Call of Duty any good? Well, to answer that question, I'm gonna have to ask you a question. Do you like inconsistency? If you answered yes, then go ahead and close the video and go buy this game right now. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. And the reason why this game is so inconsistent is, of course, lag. Surprise, surprise, lag is alive and well in the newest Call of Duty game. And I know a bunch of you are gonna ask me, Overman, what did you expect? It is COD after all, and I totally understand you. And honestly, I expected this game to be laggy, but I bought it to review it. And judging by the amount of reviews I've seen for this game that don't even mention the word lag, I'd say that this industry is in dire need of honest reviewers, no matter how small the channel. But by the same token, I don't want to say that everything about this game 100% sucks, because that's not true. It's just that the lag and a few other things kind of ruin a lot of the good things in this multiplayer, so let's talk about the other stuff. The maps in this game use the familiar 3-lane design from Black Ops 2. However, they do have some wall running spots on the outsides of the map, and sometimes there's some swimming routes on the inside as well. But the thing about these wall running spots on the outside of the maps is that they aren't really a consistently viable option, because half of the time you'll use it and you'll get a sweet flank on the enemy team, but the other half of the time you'll use it and catch some bullets to the face from a guy who just spawned there, or somebody who's watching that area looking for some easy kills. And the water routes allow for some pretty fun sneak attacks. But of course, it's not very fun to have a guy jump out of the water and spray you down with bullets. So in a lot of ways, I think the maps in this game are somewhere in between the Black Ops 2 maps and the Advanced Warfare maps. They're not as uniform and straightforward as the Black Ops 2 maps, but they're not as random and chaotic as the Advanced Warfare maps either. It's a nice little balance in between the two, and while it's not perfect, I think it's acceptable. And as for the gun balance, it's pretty darn decent as well. I'm someone who likes to have a big variety of weapons to use, and in Black Ops 3, I feel like most of the guns in this game are viable. But of course, there are a couple that seem like they're a little bit too good, like the Gorgon for example. That gun is really freaking good, and easy to use. But since it only seems to be a couple of guns with balance issues, it shouldn't be too difficult or take too long to patch, right Treyarch? Now the kill streaks kinda piss me off, because most of them are blatant reskins of the kill streaks in Black Ops 2, like what the hell? New game should mean new stuff, right? Nope. But of course, this is what we've come to expect from Call of Duty, and of course, I'm not surprised that a lot of the other guns are reskins as well. I mean, overall, Black Ops 3 isn't much different from the older games, like Black Ops 2. Sure, it's got the boost jumping, sure, it's got wall running, sure, it's got specialists, but overall, this game plays very similarly to some of the older games in the franchise. I think in retrospect, Ghost and Advanced Warfare didn't really feel like traditional Call of Duties, because Ghost was really slow paced, and Advanced Warfare was just the exact opposite. It was just super fast paced to the point where it just felt random and chaotic. But of course, the maps had a lot to do with that, because they just promoted chaos and randomness. But the thing is, while I enjoy this Call of Duty, I recognize that it doesn't do a lot to move the series forward. Instead, it is really just a throwback and a refined experience from Black Ops 2, honestly. If you felt disillusioned with the old Call of Duty formula, this game is definitely not for you, because they haven't done much to change things up or push the series forward, you know? For those of you who are looking for innovation, look elsewhere. This is not the game for you. This is that same old COD formula. But the thing is, those of you who were looking for a refined Black Ops 2 experience, I find it hard to recommend. Because the things I've talked about so far are smaller gripes that I have with this game. These are things that I could get over. What I can't get over is the game-breaking lag and or shitty hit detection. I'm not that good of a Call of Duty player, but even so, it seems like so many of my deaths are caused because of these two issues. Not all of the time. A lot of times I get straight up wrecked. But I lose so many gunfights in this game that I should have won. I'm talking about when you have your sights up on a guy and he comes running around the corner with his gun down. So by the time he pulls his gun up, you already put 2 or 3 shots in him, so you need just 1 or 2 more shots to finish him off, and he ends up getting the kill. Like, what the fuck? That shit happens all of the time, and not just to me either. I can tell it happens to other people too. I've had quite a few games where I'm running around doing dumb shit and not getting punished for it like I should. Instead, I'm being rewarded with kills thanks to the lag. You see, it works both ways. Sometimes your opponent gets an unfair lag advantage, and sometimes you get the unfair lag advantage. But this makes for a very inconsistent experience experience. Sometimes you feel like an all-star who can do no wrong, and other times you feel like a total scrub who can't do anything. And the worst thing about lag is that it makes it harder for someone that isn't good at the game to get better, because in a fair game, you could watch the kill cam and you could think about what you did wrong. But in COD, you can't do that half of the time because so many of your deaths will simply be because of lag, and you can't learn anything from lag. At least if I got wrecked naturally, I could learn from my mistakes, but in Black Ops 3 there are moments when you do everything right and still get wrecked. And it's a damn shame too, because Black Ops 3 has its moments, and it's definitely reminded me of why I was addicted to the franchise back in the day. Running around on walls and getting kills is pretty damn fun. By far my favorite thing to do is jump out of the water and spray down some noobs like a great white jumps out of the water to snatch a seal. I like messing around with different weapons and attachments. I like a lot of things about this game, but I absolutely despise the lag in this game as well. And the thing is, that's not the only problem. Another big problem with this game is the spawn system, and it's really noticeable in certain game modes like TDM. A lot of the times, you'll be killing enemies and they'll just spawn right behind you. And the funniest thing is, after they kill you, you can just spawn right behind them. And in some game modes like Safeguard, you can spawn trap the living hell out of people. You can push up so far to their spawn and enemies will still spawn right in front of you. It's just ridiculous. But by the same token, of course, you can get spawn trapped and people will be right outside your spawn waiting for you to walk around the corner and you'll get wrecked. That can be pretty damn frustrating as well. And to add a little bit more frustration to all of these problems are the new specialists. While they may not be as powerful as the supers in Destiny, they're still super annoying, especially in objective game modes like my personal favorites, Domination and Safeguard. It's really disheartening to play your ass off for an objective like the B flag or trying to secure the robot and then just getting wrecked by a specialist ability. It just makes me want to smash my controller and never play Call of Duty again. Also, I want to clarify why I like parts of this game. It's because it plays very similar to older Call of Duty games, and I have to admit, I kind of miss that. But I know a lot of people out there are tired of that experience, and rightfully so, because over the years, the COD developers have done a pretty shitty job of innovating and moving the game forward. And while I think this game is a nice throwback for the people who were kind of missing that old COD experience, I honestly can't even recommend this game if you're one of those people because of how obnoxious the lag is in this game. So, to sum this review up, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is exactly what you thought it would be. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not feeling too shy, drop a comment down below, let me know what you thought about Black Ops 3's multiplayer. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description box below. That's from me though, guys. Over, man. Out! If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not feeling too shy, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about Black Ops 3's multiplayer. And if you're not feeling too shy, oh fuck, I just repeated myself.